The French Finance Minister, Bruno Le Maire, tells me he's deeply convinced all EU members will agree to the new global corporate tax rate of at least 15%. I spoke to Mr. Le Maire after 130 countries endorsed the minimum tax on multinationals. Notably, Ireland and Hungary and Estonia did not sign the agreement when it came before the OECD. However, Le Maire told me there's no reason for them not to get on board, considering the benefits.
I really hope that all the EU member states will join this ambitious, global and groundbreaking agreement. We achieved an agreement at the G7 level. We have been achieving that agreement for 2 weeks. We are now on the verge of having an agreement at the next G20 in Italy, in Venice. And I'm deeply convinced that at one point, all the EU member states will also join that agreement. Because what we are building is clearly a breakthrough in the history of international taxation. We will put on the table and implement an international taxation system which will be more efficient, which will be fairer, which will take into account all the profits of the digital giants, and which will put to an end the race to the bottom in the taxation system.
The political reality, Minister, if you don't get agreement from one or two EU members, can you still proceed?
Of course we can proceed. And I think that when you have all the G7 member states, the G20 member states, when you have the United States, China, 90% of the EU member states, Russia, India, the African states, joining such an important agreement, which is clearly in the interest of all of us, because we are putting to an end the race to the bottom, and we are providing new taxation resources for the fight against climate change, for public goods. I think that under such circumstances, there is no other choice but for all European countries to join the consensus and to support that agreement.
The digital tax and its relationship to this new lower corporate tax rate or minimum of 15%, are you still wedded to basically the digital tax, and are you encouraged by the moves of other nations to adopt it?
I think that on the digital taxation, the key point is to take into account the profits made by huge companies which do not have physical presence in the States, but which are making profits in the European continent or in France, in Germany, in Italy, and in all other countries. That's the key point. Then on that basis, this is the Pillar 1. Our objective is to get a multilateral treaty on Pillar 1 ready for signature early 2022, and Pillar 2 being implemented no later than 2023.
Are you more encouraged by the Biden administration's approach than the Trump administration's approach in meeting you halfway on this?
Let's be very clear. With the Trump administration, nothing was possible. With the Biden's administration, something important is possible. That's the reality as it stands. Thanks to the openness from the Biden's administration, thanks to the support of the Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, there is now a possibility for having a consensus. And I just want to recall that the first state that supported that idea of an international taxation system has been France from the very beginning. So we are quite happy to see the US administration joining that idea and supporting this new international taxation system.
We have a couple of moments left. I need to talk domestic financial situation in France. As the country opens up, how much more support, what more do you think you're going to need to do within France to bolster the economy?
I think that the first key point is, of course, vaccination. Vaccination is the key point And I would need to insist on that matter. If we want to be successful in the economic recovery, we need to accelerate on vaccination. We have almost 35 million people vaccinated, the first dose. We need to accelerate the process because this is a prerequisite to have a solid economic recovery. The second point is to implement the recovery plan. We are clearly on the right track since we have already put 35 billion euros on the table among the 100 billion euros that have been voted for this national recovery plan. And the third point, of course, is investment, because I'm deeply convinced that in the aftermath of the crisis, the key point will be to increase the level of potential growth everywhere in Europe by new investments.